We're live on the Book of Faces. What's up, Facebook?
No matter which side of that theological debate you're on, you should be grateful for the ultimate effects of this action on Western liberty and prosperity. Luther took
I missed that alarm.
of thought and weaved them together into a powerful,
Man, this is going to be a busy, between now and the end of the year, I'm just looking at my calendar. Like, I know yours is as bad, but that's November. That's December.
Priesthood of all believers helped to create a culture
yeah, we've got
I know y'all are
in-laws
crazy.
coming in to town Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, wow.
That'll be fun. They're going to see the new baby.
In their 30s, now often live into their 80s, and
You want to see the baby? Oh, Jude has my phone. Never mind.
Rare. Luther wasn't perfect, but the good that he preached is needed now as much as it was then. I'm Jerry Boyer.
It's estimated that 9 out of 10 individual investors fight a losing battle against the big institutions. So what can you do about it? Hi, I'm Mary Beth Motisi, owner of Online Trading Academy here in Houston. Listen to Power Trading Hour.
Oh, wait.
1 minute, guys.
Hey, hold on.
EK.
What is the Del Walmsley Radio Show?
Welcome to the Del Walmsley Radio Show, where the hype ends and the help begins. You need to stop being dependent on a paycheck. All of these self-help motivational people, they wind you up like a little clock. Click, 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 click.
Necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff, management, or ownership of this station.
It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Tom Perry.
Hot mics.
Hey, welcome to the show, Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. We talk about on this show the 4 ways to make money in real estate. That's buy, fix, and flip, buy and hold, wholesaling, and be in the bank, be in the lender. Now, part of that, if you want to be successful in real estate, you want to build a team of your trusted partners. One of our key trusted partners join in the house, Elijah Randall with Fast Track Remodeling. How are you doing?
Hey, wonderful.
Yeah, except for a little bit of
a scratchy voice.
A little bit of a scratchy voice. Is
Yes,
is that weather related? Is that the fact that you work like 28 hours a day?
Mixture. New papa.
New dad. Yeah, you got a bunch of bambinos now, right?
4 of them.
4 of them, right? And you're getting ready to move.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on.
Yes, sir.
But you're still smiling.
That's right.
You're always smiling, right? All right, so it's fasttrackremodeling.com, 832-742-9992, 832-742-9992. So
we've got a lot of good stuff going on, too. We're seeing a lot of the flood houses starting to get shaped up, rented out.
More buying. So are y'all doing... because I know y'all do flood houses, and y'all also have a solution for one of the biggest problems that I've seen with people are asking us all the time. Hey, what all do I need to add to the expense just because the house is flooded? And what I tell them, hey, biggest thing is, obviously you wouldn't necessarily have had to do the appliances, but that's going to have to be done. Sometimes it's the condenser outside, but really, if it's working, it shouldn't be a problem going forward in the future. But oftentimes they're not working, so that's something to consider. Electrical outlets.
Yeah, talk about that because people don't understand, I don't think, that when their neighborhood's been marked by the city, permits are required.
Right.
And when you pull permits and you change the outlets, most of the municipal areas are now requiring that you put AFCI, GFCI breakers in the box.
Okay.
Old boxes do not typically have enough room for those breakers.
Correct.
Therefore, you have to now change the box, the breakers, and the outlets. So putting in, in that, somewhere $1,500, $2,000 more for that.
But the big one is when you've got brick siding. And what happens is in a lot of these houses, they've gone in and they've pulled out not only the sheetrock but also the moisture barrier that was between the brick and the framing, and so there's brick ties and all that. So then, and there's really no code to say this is the way you go back and add moisture protetion.
So I was talking to a Friendswood guy the other day. He's like, well, some people use some styrene type material. Some people use, the T-ply. Some people use Tyvek. Some people, and some of them seal it with foam and stuff. And he was expressing that there was quite a few fixes there. We found one with the T-ply that's working real well.
Right.
And using disconnecting the brick ties and then reconnecting them.
Right.
and then also over those areas using that strong window tape to cover that. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's a great solution. So then the other thing we want to talk about is so flip houses versus the buy and hold properties. Everything that I'm seeing right now, what people are buying right now is buy and hold flooded houses. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of investors really stepping out there and aggressively grabbing. Are y'all doing any flip houses that have flooded?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. What would you say percentage-wise? 50%.
Yeah, which is a high percentage compared to what many people are saying. But it's because some of them are the higher value that you wouldn't normally buy and hold.
Yeah.
A couple of those are being held, though, by people as well.
Yeah, they're keeping them for buy and hold, right?
Yes.
Well, in fact, I was at the Jet Lending event last night, and there's even a new financing product that they're just now announcing, and so that's I see that lenders are coming out with new products, based on this need of how do I buy a house that I would normally want to flip out of in 6 months to a year, but now if I hang on to it for like 2 years, because 2 years from now I think a lot of these values are going to return for sure. 3 years from now, I mean, you get some of these houses in Memorial and that you can buy now for like 50 cents on the dollar, and I don't think that that's going to bounce back immediately, but 3 years from now it's going to be back where it was before. I'm convinced. I mean, my crystal ball's still a little bit cloudy. We've talked about that before.
Yeah, but there's enough. I believe there's enough people that allow certain things to get behind them, and the consideration this storm was unprecedented. I think those two things will allow the majority of folks to feel more comfortable than people think they will. But there still will be enough talk that there will be some that'll be avoiding it. But the supply and demand kicks in. I mean, there's a lot of houses right now.
We've got good schools, you've got good yards, you've got good neighborhoods. Absolutely. I mean, all that, and it's like they're highly desirable. I mean, it's kind of like if River Oaks had flooded, I mean, everybody wants to be a part of River Oaks, right? I mean, it's just like if you can jump up to that,
people feel like they can get into something a little higher maybe now if it's a slight discount, or renting in an area now where they may not have before.
Yeah,
that is happening. I've seen people do that. Also, we've noticed that investors, speaking of getting aggressive, maybe not in flips, but there are more people getting into multiple houses at one time.
Right, sure.
That wasn't the case for them, not
well, because again, financing, some of those, we've got a guy coming in from California today, and financing is starting to, from an underwriting standpoint, is starting to loosen up, and it's I think it's getting easier. It's still not super easy, but it's getting easier for people to buy multiple houses at the same time with not as much money out of pocket and things like that. And the other thing I'm seeing is that some neighborhoods where, we've normally said, hey, some of the best deals for buy and hold are in properties that are below $150,000. And, buy and hold below 150, flip above 150. But I'm seeing now that, people are able to step up into $180,000 houses pre-flood, that now you can give them a 150 ARV. There are 4 2s instead of 3 2s. They're in a little bit nicer neighborhood than what they've normally been owner-occupied predominantly neighborhoods. And now if you can have some properties, that haven't historically been rentals, I mean, highly desirable neighborhoods where anybody, you're not going to have trouble renting them, things like that. They're certainly going to hold value.
Correct.
And I mean, we made an offer not too long ago, $87,000 on a house that needed about $30,000 in work. So I'd be all in for $117 on a house worth like $180.
Yeah.
And you can, your monthly PITI is going to be like $1,000 a month, and they rent for $1,600, $1,650 all day long.
That's
that's
perfect.
Yeah, I mean, what we teach at Right Path is 2 ways to get wealthy. One is income. Got to have the income. Got to have the cash flow. And the other is you got to capture equity.
Yeah.
And if you're doing both of those simultaneously, it's hard to go broke.
Yeah, absolutely. and that's the buy and hold strategy people are capturing in their mind right now.
Right.
You can get both right now, which is good. Some of the areas I think people are buying for flips are still untold at this point.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And this will be every couple weeks here. We'll tell you what we're seeing, but there hadn't been a lot of those that have finished yet. Some of the bigger higher end homes we haven't fully finished some of those yet, but we'll see what the neighborhoods will do. Some of those higher end home neighborhoods, the gated community spot where the person sits in the front to let people in. I'm forgetting the patrol officer or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It got flooded, and so it's not even fixed yet because they haven't decided how they're going to allocate funds yet. Because
it's part of the HOA, right?
Right, and so because the clubhouse got it, what gets first, the clubhouse or so there's not even people there right now, and so some of those areas we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
but I'm we've been seeing across the board, low end, high end,
right? Yeah,
all around.
What's the highest end property that you're seeing that y'all are doing a remodel on a flip right now? The ARV, would you say?
I would say probably 550.
Okay. That was the pre-flood ARV or the post-flood ARV?
Pre-flood, around there. Who knows really?
Yeah, right.
But the other, there are some people who think they have an idea of that, and that's fine. We don't typically do the houses like that,
right?
So, and it would be right now a special thing with people we've worked with before, and or things that are just simply lower end, not like the half the house down, as opposed to having to change out a bunch of the custom fixtures, and stuff like that, because that isn't typically what we do in that price point.
Correct.
I think we tap out usually at about 400 on the ARV usually.
Yeah,
with what we do,
and y'all have done some higher than that for us.
Yes. Yes. Well, people we work with, you know, I mean, because there's a way of understanding each other in those things. Yeah.
I think I understand y'all pretty well.
Yeah, we a good deal. Yep.
So in fact, Carriage Hill, for example, that's scheduled. It made appraisal, and y'all knocked out the few little items that were noted on the inspection, and so we're scheduled to close November 30th, and then we're actually possibility that we might close a little bit early. So that's
sweet.
Get people in for
Congratulations
Thanksgiving.
on that. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all did a fantastic job on that. So if you want to get a hold of Fast Track, they are an investor only remodeling company. So all that means is if you want them to work on your own personal house, except for air conditioning and roof, they'll do that. But outside of that, they're not going to work on any owner-occupied house or any occupied house, period. Right. So they specialize in buy, fix, and flip and buy and hold properties for investors only. That's their niche. Been around since October of 2010 and never had a complaint. I mean, that's crazy. So fasttrackremodeling.com. That's fasttrackremodeling.com. Phone number is 832-742-9992. 832-742-9992. How far in advance, I know this question, but I want our listeners to know, how far in advance does someone have to give you guys a call in order to be able to have you go out and take a look at the property?
Yeah, the bid, to do a bid, we're about a week out, honestly, right now, to do bids. Sometimes we could squeeze in if it's in the exact same area we're going to be at. In regard to starting, I think we're 3 weeks or beyond, depending on the house and the situation at this point. It seems like that's sort of the norm right now for a lot of the standard construction companies that have been developed here in the area because they kept busy. But if people would call us, some of those things may change up or down through time. So
now Ginger's asking a question on Facebook. When are you guys coming to Amarillo? She's saying that they could really use a fast track up there.
We appreciate you saying that, and I think that our model is actually very attractive for investors everywhere.
Yeah.
It isn't something yet that we're thinking of doing, but thanks for saying that.
Yeah, in fact, I've heard that when I go to Dallas, when I go to Seattle, when I've been to LA, when I've been to, I'm like, man, can't you just bring fast track here? And I'm like, yeah, I personally can't, but I can talk to them. Maybe you can twist their arm. Your arm looks pretty flexible. I don't know if you can twist it much to get you going there. So okay, you've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. 713-785-1817 is our call-in number, and I know we got to go to a break, so I got to say goodbye.
Thank you so much.
So thanks so much, man. Great seeing you.
You too.
Mic's off.
All right, thanks. And then, is JB Funding going to actually be here?
No, they're on the phone.
All right, cool.
Then
all right.
Call Fast Track Remodeling at
832-742-9992. Bye, Elijah.
Or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
As a real estate investor, you rely on your property inspector to determine the current condition of the home and your potential return on investment. Principal Inspections was founded by investor Jeremy Humphrey to do just that. Working from the investor's point of view, Principal Inspections will give you turnkey inspections that are high quality, affordable, and focused on information pertinent to investors while not clouding the report with unnecessary details. Founder Jeremy Humphrey comes from a family of real estate investors. He started Principal Inspections for investors because as an investor himself, he experienced the need for fast quality inspections with information directly pertaining to property condition and potential resale value. Principal Inspections will save you time and money. Call Principal Inspections, 832-684-5516. That's 832.
Yeah, Michael, the whole I'm kind of anti-franchise. You've been to the weekend retreat. Not a big fan of the franchise.
PrincipalInspections.com. License number 2264.
And the trouble is, on the investor side, there's not enough margin to make a franchise system work.
Call Tom at 713-785-1817. And look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio. Want to get right to the phone. I've got Robert Orfino on the phone, JB Fund Services. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing awesome as usual.
Yeah, I never doubt that. So where are you today?
I'm up in the Northeast. I'm visiting some family, and I'm just wondering when Fast Track is coming to New Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking with Elijah and just saying, hey, everywhere I go, I was in Seattle, and I'm like, why can't Fast Track come up to Seattle? And I was with you in L.A., and a lot of people are like, man, just be great to have a Fast Track out there. And, so, really all it is, it's really, the problem is that most general contractors don't have good systems and processes established to do something consistently, repeatably. It's just like they do every job and they kind of fly by the seat of their pants and they get those kind of results.
Yeah, and it's kind of terrifying when new investors are coming in, maybe using their own money, thinking that they're going to have this great flip, and the contractor sort of flakes on them, and they're left holding the bag. And you hear that story all the time.
Yes.
So having a great contractor is key.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So let's talk about JB Funding. It's jbfundservices.com, jbfund, F-U-N-D, services.com. Phone number 800-901-0809. I say it so fast I've got to say it twice. 1-800-901-0809. So tell us about it.
Sure. So, we're a crowdfunding company. We put together crowd funds for entrepreneurs and real estate investors. And in the Houston marketplace, we have a fund that's called the Distressed Asset Real Estate. It's for folks that are flipping houses, and we bring all the additional funding, including the gap funding and any money that's earnest money, to the table to get a flip done. And that sometimes can be a very large number for new flippers, and so we're able to help them out, get them started, and as part of that, we partner up and we lend our expertise to their flip and make sure it gets done on time and profitable. That's the key.
And so what are how do you do that?
We pre-qualify everyone that uses our investors' money. That's really important. I'm shocked how many people will lend money out of their retirement accounts and don't do a background check on the people they're giving the money to. That's kind of scary.
Well, there's a lot of people, like, you follow some investors on Facebook, things like that. They appear to be successful, based on checks they're posting, based on HUDs they do. It's a little bit like the TV shows, the flip this house shows that have been around for a long time. And, they don't actually show the real numbers, right? So never. It's amazing to me, because I've been around not as long as some other people. You've been in the real estate business for how long now?
About a decade.
Yeah, I've been in since about 2010. So I just passed 7 years, being in this industry, which seems like a lifetime because a lot of people get it. And there's been hundreds or thousands of people that have gotten in and gotten out in the 7 years that we've stuck and stayed. And 7 years is not at all an eternity, but it's amazing to me how many people profess to be successful. It almost reminds me of the kind of people you ever see on the TV show American Greed. These people that are, they're taking trips, they're going on vacations, they're constantly posting everything that they're buying and all that. It gives the illusion of success, right? When the reality is they're just taking investors' money and they're living their lifestyle. And you're like, man, that's just bad.
Yeah, we take our responsibility for our investors' funds very seriously, and we do a background check, and we want to see the experience levels. A lot of people tell me, same thing. I've been part of 10 deals, and it's just like, all right, show me the HUD.
Yeah, right.
Show me the HUD. Just give me the last 3 HUDs with your LLC.
Yeah, you don't have to show me all 10. Just show me 3, right?
Yeah, last 3.
Yeah.
And it's about protecting the investors' money, making sure that they're putting their trust in us. And we're going to do all the due diligence that we possibly can do and identify any risks that might be on a project and make those decisions before we move forward rather than having them discovered halfway through. So
what are some of the risks that you are going to look at that might protect? Because I know one of the groups of folks that might be listening to this might be interested is, hey, I've got, been in oil and gas, or I've been in healthcare, I've been in some industry, I've been able to live on less than what I've made for years and years and years. I've accumulated, this nest egg. Now I want to place it. Obviously I can't stick it in a bank because that's going to give me, less than 1% or maybe 1%. I can't live on that. Even $1 million at 1% it's only about $10,000 a year, right? So I need to get a, 8-9% interest rate. That now we're talking $80,000-$90,000 a year passive. I mean, that's not a bad rate of return, right? So what are some of the things that you do to help keep my money safe?
So one of the things, the familiar problems that you talk about all the time, bad after repair values. They can't estimate the value of the home after it's been repaired and upgraded. So we have an appraiser does an investor appraisal and an after repair appraisal. So we use a third party to verify that. We use a third party to do the background checks on the folks that we're going to partner with and do some flips with. We have some lending partners in the market that are experts on the market. I mean, down to the street. They'll tell us, oh, no, not that street. Yeah, we like Galveston, but we don't like that street, so don't do that deal. And we're going to lean on their expertise in that marketplace to identify what's a good deal and what's not a good deal. And then the big stuff is, having a set of eyes on the job. So we have a sort of at-large project manager that goes about to these projects that we're doing and making sure that everything's moving along in the right way. We're getting the right photo documentation. We pull permits on every job. We're not one of those guys that are going to hope that the inspector doesn't show up. So we pull permits on every job. We over-insure, which paid off during the flood. So anything that we can identify as potential risk, we're going to go ahead and deal with And at the very least, we've identified it, right? And identifying the problem is half the solution. So, again, we take it very, very seriously when investors are bringing us their money, and so we want to make sure that we're doing all the due diligence possible.
And then on the person that wants to buy, fix, and flip, how does someone get started with you on that? If I've got a property, I find a deal, I'm in at 70% minus repairs, and I recognize that I don't have all the money to fund that myself, but it's a great deal. How do I get started with you guys on that?
You know, they can come right to our website, and there'll be a tab that says For Partners, and they're going to go to the partner page. And we highly recommend they read every single frequently asked question. There's about every time we get a question that's not on our website, we immediately post it up there with the answer so that everyone can be informed and see if, hey, this is going to be the right partnership for them. Our biggest issue, and we get deals every day, is that number, is that after repair number. And for us, you know, we're not doing pre-flood numbers. We're just not going to do that.
Right.
I feel that's speculation.
Absolutely.
Investing. And so we get a lot of deals every week, but a lot of times they're still using the pre-flood numbers, and we just really can't.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not fair to our
and when you're saying they're using pre-flood numbers, you're talking about on flooded houses, right?
Yep.
Yeah, which is, I mean, to say that there's not going to be some economic impact when a house is flooded. I mean, I walked a house just recently, and they got 57 inches in the house. Now, house had never flooded before, but still, that's a lot of water. And they had an appraisal, right, because they were going through a refinance and all that, and they had an appraisal pre-flood of $685. And I'm like, yeah, I can't use that number. I mean, I think you've taken a 15% hit at a minimum, and I think even that's a little bit of a speculation. Jason and I have started switching. We're not really using the term ARV much anymore. We're using the term PRV, and it's the predictive repair value. And the reason why it is because, you know, and I've got NextGen Appraisals coming in right after you as a guest. And, you know, appraisers are always looking historically. These are the comps. This is what the market has told us the value of this house is based on an exchange that is documented, right? Not off-market deals, those kind of thing. But what we're trying to do in determining an ARV is predicting the future psychology and supply and demand, economics 101, of that property after it's been repaired. So it's the predicted repair value because it's not a comp yet, right? We don't have a comp of a house that's been flooded, that's been retail repaired, and then retail flipped. So we're really just kind of predicting what that value is.
We're with you 1,000% on that, and that's why we have a third party tell us that number.
That's exactly right.
And, you know, we can hope and wish and believe and know and gut feelings and all that stuff, but if the third-party appraiser doesn't give us the number that we're looking for, we don't do the deal. And again, it's just protecting our investors.
Well, and what it comes down to is, hey, if you believe that number's wrong, that you know you want to speculate with your own money, not someone else's, right?
Right.
That's really what it comes down to. If you've got enough money, because you know what you find with people that have accumulated wealth over time, they get real conservative because they know what it takes. Mm-hmm. But people that are trying to build their wealth on the back of other people's already built wealth, that's probably part of the reason why they're not there yet, right?
Exactly.
1 minute.
Okay, so I want to give out your contact information again, jbfundservices.com. That's jbfundservices.com, 1-800-901-0809. That's 1-800-901-0809. The other thing that I love about y'all, if I go to the website, y'all also do training, a training class about how your whole process works, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, actually, we just moved that online, so they'll be able to do that right online now.
Yeah, I love that. How many modules is that training class?
4.
4 modules. So, you know, I think it'd be, in fact, I really think it'd be a smart thing if all lenders were to require some kind of basic level of a modular training program. The fact that y'all are one of the first to do that, I think that is absolutely fantastic.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
All right.
Appreciate that.
You've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. I've been joined live on this phone with Robert Orfino. He is with JB Fund Services. That's jbfundservices.com, 1-800-901-0809. See you on the other side of the break. We'll have Michelle Imler with NextGen Appraisals.
Mike's off.
All right, thanks.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
You found and inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating. This is exactly why we started NextGen.
Oh, your commercial's on.
NextGen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate.
You've got a great commercial.
We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market.
Yeah?
Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at NextGenAppraisals.com.
Can you hear it okay?
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
Is she too loud? Because I've got her set the same way that Elijah was. Yeah.
All right, hold on, Michelle, go ahead and talk.
Don't say I'm too loud.
Rude. Turn down just a little bit.
How about now?
Turnkey remodeling of single-family
That's your cue to
Oh,
talk.
sorry.
No more managing.
Hello, can you hear me?
No more doing the work
You're good,
yourself.
you're good.
All right, cool.
Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
Yeah, well, Elijah came in and he had a little bit of a post-nasal drip and a little congestion and stuff like that. So, yeah.
That's nice.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, but it just meant that he's normally his voice isn't all that loud anyway. But he was like, yeah, I'm having a little bit of tough time. So I had him really cranked up. Yeah.
So, my foundation.
Yes.
This is like the only thing that's been on my mind.
Right, sure.
So, do you know Boost Foundation?
Yeah.
So they have to come out and see if they're, Brandon Smith actually told me about them.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to come out and see if they can lift the front of the house instead of having to lower all of the house.
Yeah.
Because the problem is we have one section of the house that's high, like 3 inches high.
Which section?
It's like the back kitchen.
Okay.
And it's kind of almost an extension, like an addition almost. It's the only part of the house that's a 1-story.
Got it.
And so the 2-story is like sliding down the hill.
Oh, got it. So your house is on a hill?
Kind of. It's on a slope
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to see if they can boost the front third of the house.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
You ever done something like that before? How
Oh
do you
yeah,
feel
of course.
about it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Well, and the problem is that it's really hard to lower. It takes a lot of time.
Right.
I mean, you'd have to excavate below it and have it fall. And yeah, that's...
Yeah, I mean, you should see the report we got back. It was basically the whole house needs piers.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, like the whole house.
Yeah. So did they say what's causing that to heave back there?
Basically the pool and that we're on the... So, like, the yard is flat.
Yeah.
And it's on the edge of that.
Of the
and
slope?
then it's... Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
So it's a bad topography. So whoever built it originally didn't set up the engineering correctly for being on the edge of a slope.
Yeah,
okay,
probably.
Got it. Yeah.
I mean, it's built in the 80s.
Yeah,
so.
right.
30 seconds.
Good times.
Good times. All right.
Hey, so if there's any appraisers out there that need work,
yeah,
please email me.
Yeah.
Because we have it.
Yeah.
We're looking for appraisers.
You're looking to hire an appraiser?
For sure.
Okay. So where do you go to recruit for an appraiser? Is that something you put on Indeed or something like that, or hiring steps? Or
I've tried all of that, like your typical job hunting search kind of thing. And I found the best thing to do is just call appraisers and trial and error it with.
Call Tom at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook.
I don't think appraisers usually are looking for a job. Per
All right,
se.
stand by. Hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. Did a quick change during the break. Michelle Imler has stepped into the studio. It's NextGenAppraisals.com. That's Next, N-E-X-T-Gen, G-E-N Appraisals.com, 713-346-9911. That's 713-346-9911. So we're talking about changing the ARV industry-wide to PRV. That's the predicted repair value.
Yeah, it's kind of become this dual conversation of, okay, this is what it was worth, and these are the sales we for sure have, and then we're over analyzing listings right now. I feel, I mean, usually we would just use those as an indicator of where the value might be going.
Yeah.
But now we're looking at those almost with more
skepticism.
Not even that. I think I'm looking at them more than I should be. I'm taking them more in consideration than I should be, because I think right now people are just listing their homes.
Yeah,
like,
right.
They're just throwing
just
it
throwing
at the
it out
wall.
there and seeing what they get. Right.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that going on.
There's a lot of like the current inventory, non-flood inventory, is very clear what the value might be, and now they're listing it for 30-40% more than it was before, just because it's all that's available right now. And
right.
It's just so much.
Yeah, I'm seeing that because inventory's down right now, right? I mean, we historically have had about 3 months of inventory on the marketplace, right? I mean, and it kind of was creeping up to about 4 months of inventory, and now it's way below that number.
Yeah, and the TALCB, which is our Texas Appraiser Licensing and Certification Board, so they're who issue license for realtors, appraisers, inspectors, all of that within Texas. Recently, they put something on Facebook yesterday about if you're in a flood or disaster affected area, you don't even need an appraisal now.
Really?
And so I haven't had it was just happened, yesterday afternoon. So I haven't had the opportunity to verify that or what all is required to do that. But that could potentially have ramifications as we're all shifting through this market right now.
So say that again?
It's pretty crazy, right? I haven't been able to
So I can go and buy a flooded house, borrow money from a Fannie Mae or conventional type of loan that's going to follow Fannie Mae guidelines, and you're saying don't need an appraisal?
Don't need an appraisal. There's 3 requisites, and one of them has to, you're in an affected area. The other one is you have to show some other kind of proof of collateral, which there's a whole bunch of automated systems available to Fannie Mae underwriters right now. And there was a third one I can't remember, but it was kind of shocking to me, and I kind of put it out there to my peers of, have y'all heard about this and what's going on? And the response I got back from them was kind of my response of, what? Why did this happen? What are we doing? So
that wasn't on one of those fake news sites, was it?
No, that was through TA. That was through our licensing board. That was, was kind of why I gave it more consideration than I normally would have.
Well, I hadn't heard that. You're hearing it first on Right Path Real Estate Radio right here.
Go to TALCB's Facebook page. You'll see the article. Read it for yourself. It was like a 2-paragraph article. I really don't know what's happening with that right now. Yeah, well, that's crazy. That would be interesting. That's for sure. Well, I am seeing people that house pre-flood was $420. As a comparable type price, and they're listing the property like $485, $490. I mean, it's a quick 15, and the sellers, the owner of the house says, well, my house didn't flood. It's got to be worth a lot more, and it's like, it's a possibility, but we always talk about that, right? Is it possible or probable? Right. And that's always the conversation you need to have, especially if you're the one that's the investor and you're the one putting your money on the line. You're going to want to go with, what are you probably going to get for this house versus what's possible. Right. You can hope for the possibility. I hope you get it, but that's not the goal you should be trying to achieve. Well, then that becomes the problem, right? Is it, okay, so if, let's say a buyer steps up and says, yeah, you're asking $485, I like your house, I want to pay for that. Question is now, is it going to make appraisal, right? Because if you're borrowing money, you want to put 5% down or whatever that number is it going to make appraisal? I mean, would that appraise it? If no other house is sold for $485, can they use the argument, well, it's worth $485 now because look here, we've got a buyer, third party, arm's length. We don't know that for sure, but we're assuming that, right? Everything's on the up and up. Is that going to appraise? I mean, can you give it a $485 number? If I felt confident about it, if I saw that the comps I was using was already in a high risk flood area, if I had comps that had flooded before, I can put a number on a flood house. Yeah. But you have to have. But if this were a non-flooded house, I mean, imagine this is a non-flood house, and so they're wanting to say, "Hey, my house is worth more because a lot of houses in Houston flooded. Mine didn't. Mine's got to be worth more." I mean, Well, and then the market then needs to prove that. The appraiser doesn't need to prove that.
Right. So if the market gives them, if they list the property for more than what the comps would be, and now they actually get a full price offer.
If it's really worth that much, then someone would be willing to write a check.
Yeah. So in other words, you're saying that if it's really worth that much, you've got to somebody's got to be first to be able to say, I'm willing to write a check above the appraised amount.
Right. Because it's worth it to me.
Yeah, right. Right. And then that establishes the new comp.
Right. It's kind of, and it's a sad story to tell, but when, all the flooding was happening here and people were selling bottled water for like $15.
Yeah.
But people were buying it because they needed it. That's what it was worth to them at that moment. And so maybe this is a bad analogy, but it is trying to prove a point of that. Maybe said bottled water was only worth actually $2, but it was worth someone for 15, so they were willing to pay more for that.
Supply and demand.
Right. But me as an appraiser, I know it was only worth 2, and I'm not going to tell you it's worth 15 just because you're desperate.
Yeah, and nobody's trying to borrow the $15 to buy the bottled water.
Well,
right?
that too.
And that's really the difference here. Is that's really what it comes down to. When you're paying cash, you can pay whatever the heck you want to for whatever property.
Sure.
But when you're borrowing someone else's money and it's not your money, you're risking someone else's money based on your opinion of what that value is. Your opinion is going to have to be checked by somebody else.
Right.
When you're paying cash, nobody's got to check your opinion.
Well, it's just like when you go to a friend, you're like, hey, can I borrow $5,000? You're going to be like, oh, sure, here it is. Or you're going to be like, well, what do you need it for?
Depends on the friend.
What's going on?
Depends on the friend. I got some friends, I go,
what's
here
your credit
you go.
score?
I got some other friends, I don't know that I'm willing to do that.
Right. So there's going to be some follow-up is my point.
Yeah, because you didn't pay me back the last $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Our phone number is 713-785-1817. Let's see, Melinda's what's the website address for NextGen? It's NextGenAppraisals.com. That's NextGenAppraisals.com. You can go to our website at rightpathrealestate.com. There's a link there under the sponsor section. You can also go to our Book of Faces right here. It's on the green screen. So
is it?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's right there on the green screen. Yeah. All right, I get it. Does he have his? So that was that. Okay. So, all right. So, what are you seeing? Have you seen? Because I had Legacy Mutual Mortgage on Tuesday.
Yes.
And I was asking her, have you seen a retail buyer go in and buy a remodeled post-flooded houses? And she said no.
Right.
And she said that she also has seen some mistakes, some end-user owner-occupants that are buying flooded houses that need to be repaired. They're buying them with cash for close to lot value, something like that.
Okay.
And now that they own the house, they want to get financing. And she's like, no, it doesn't quite work that way. I mean, they bought it for lot value. And now he wants to borrow, refinance out, and borrow another. It needs like $250,000 in work.
Yeah, typically a Fannie Mae lender needs the home to meet minimum livable standards.
Yeah.
And a flood home would not be considered in there, even though some people are. And I
living
feel
there.
for them,
Right.
but it's not.
Yeah, a lot of people, the first floor flooded. They've got a hot pot or something like that on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
do what you got to do. I get it.
They're living on the second floor,
For
cooking
sure.
out of their master bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Or living with friends or neighbors or family, or I'm sure you've heard a bunch of stories also. But have you seen a retail house that's been or a house that flooded, got remodeled by an investor, selling it retail? Have you seen one yet?
For different floods, yes. For this flood, no.
Okay, got it. Yeah, obviously for different floods, but not this one. So, are you seeing? What are you seeing? Valuations, houses, like in Meyerland, for example, that have flooded 3 or 4 times. What?
Yeah.
How do you?
So far, the closed sales for as-is properties in Meyerland have stayed pretty much the same as they were pre-flood for homes that were already flooded from the previous flood. So I don't know. It's just so much kind of goes through your brain and so many questions that are unanswered, and we're not going to know them for probably 6 more months.
6 months.
Probably it's going to be at least 6 months so we have enough closed data to definitively say
this is
what has happened to the market because of this flood. We just don't know that right now.
Wow. All right, so if you want to call and ask questions of Michelle, she's NextGen Appraisals. You can call her number, 713-346-9911, 713-346-9911. How long is it taking to get an appraisal now?
We're still at a 5 business day turn time for full appraisals, 2 business days for desktops. We offer other products, but those are our 2 biggest ones.
What are some of the other products you offer?
Like draw inspections. We'll go out and do update of completion for new construction. Bunch of different stuff.
So draw inspections, just to make that clear for new investors, if you have a construction project going on and you're being paid by your lender according to things being completed, you'll go out and actually do that inspection to make sure that
verify it's been completed, sign a report, and send it back to them.
Got it. That way the lender will lend according, so like for construction loans, things like that. So
correct.
Yeah, perfect. So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Michelle Imler is in the house. NextGenAppraisals.com, 713-346-9911, 713-346-9911. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Mike's off.
All right, thanks. I'm going to go take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started NextGen Appraisals. NextGen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage. Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble Mortgage offers conventional loans, FHA, and even no-income documentation loans for both residential and commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com. Our team has over 50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100, or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353.
All right. Did I make it back in time?
Yeah,
1 minute?
1 minute.
All right, sweet. All right.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary pier work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
This is Business 1110. Call Tom at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817, where we teach the truth about practical real estate investing. Jason and I, we bought, fixed, and flipped over 450 houses since July of 2013 right here in the Houston market. We've done houses outside of Houston as well. Most of them have been in Houston. It's easy to track and see, follow our progress, those kind of things. We're doing deals on a weekly basis. If you want to learn how to buy, fix, and flip, if you want to learn how to wholesale, if you want to learn how to buy and hold, if you want to learn how to be the lender, how to be the bank, those are the things that we talk about. We do it at the weekend retreat. Our next weekend retreat is this weekend. It starts tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We teach it all, how to find deals, how to fix deals, how to analyze deals, how to fund deals, how to sell deals. We teach all the steps of being successful. You know, there's a lot of gurus out there that teach how to do real estate investing. I was talking to a guy last night, and he's involved in another group, and I said, look, the guy that's teaching you, he doesn't actually do real estate. He does real estate education full time. He doesn't actually do real estate. And I gave him some ways that I can prove what I'm saying is right. There's a lot of people out there that give a lot of bad information. They don't know it's bad. I don't think most people are trying to give information that they know is bad. The trouble is there's a lot of techniques out there that sound really good on the surface until you try and do them. And then when you try and do them and build them and scale them, hey, a blind squirrel gets a nut every now and then. But I wouldn't want to build a business model out of blind squirrels trying to find nuts and then selling them. That's not a profitable business. You can do it every now and then, but it's hard to build and scale and grow. And when Jason and I get involved in a business, we learn how to build it, scale it, grow it. That's the way we teach, is how do you run it as a business. Not about baking a cake, but it's about building a cake baking business. For those of y'all that know that analogy. For those of you that don't, you need to look at our rightpathrealestate.com website. We post videos there. We talk about these kind of things. This is a very simple business. It's not real complicated. In fact, one of the things that Jason talks about a lot is the more complicated it is, the less likely it is to make money. And what we want to do is teach people how to either use the money that they've made already through another endeavor outside of real estate, how to use that to leverage to build wealth. More millionaires own real estate than any other asset. In fact, most people, more millionaires have been created through real estate than any other single source. Is it the only way to build wealth? No, it's not. But it's one of the best ways for the average person to consistently, methodically, but you've got to have a system. You've got to have a process. You've got to learn how to run it like a business. And what's fascinating is imagine this. Let's say you just wanted to flip 5 houses over the next year. And if you were flipping, let's say a median home price in Houston is about $230,000. That's going to be a little bit more than $1 million business just flipping those 5 houses. Are you treating it like it's more than $1 million business? First year, you could do over $1 million in gross revenue. Are you treating it like it's $1 million business? Most people treat it like it's a hobby. And when you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. So go to rightpathrealestate.com. You can learn how we've built our business. We teach it this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It is so stinking cheap. It's crazy. You'd be crazy not to be there. rightpathrealestate.com. Register for the event. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow morning. Jason will be live in the studio tomorrow with Investor Friday, and then he'll be at the event tomorrow after the radio show. Thanks for listening, guys. See you tomorrow.
All right, have a good one.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.